What you doing today? That's what I'm doing. This is as far as I got it today. Got the valve, the valve cover and spacer plate on. Injectors are in. Everything's torqued down. Intake is on and torqued down. Fuel lines, I had to figure out which ones were which because they were all just thrown in a box. There's a bolt in there that's torqued down. I think that's just one in there, right? Yeah, just one. I got this on there. This is kind of, this bracket back here is loosely on. This is loosely on. He needs to get a new one of these. So it's a heat exchanger or something. It goes back here, and the bracket bolts to that, and this goes to right here. So I'm kind of in limbo. I got that on. I got the fuel pump in. I got it timed hopefully correctly. Missing the banjo bolt here, so hopefully you can get me that. Hopefully we got the gaskets for this. I didn't pull this apart, so there's a lot of bolts and stuff missing. And I've never worked on one of these, so all this is foreign to me. There's a banjo bolt here, but that's way too big. I'm probably not going to be really filming much. Just a recap of this. I got way too much work to do here. I got this one. I forget what I have to do to that one. That one, there's some work that's got to get done. Another dump truck out there that I have to take the engine apart and put a crank in. Blah, 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 whatever. Put my purple mark on everything that I tightened. I really need to, cover my ass on this. Anything that I touched, I want to know that I tightened. And you can see I got missing nuts everywhere. And that's where I'm at today. I got to pull the rest of these out, but I got all the paint off. I'll pull these out because I got all this stuff here, so it'd be easier to slip in. It's a new oil cooler. I got to pull this stuff out. Good thing that I decided to look at this first. I'm trying to find all the bolts and everything. Come across this, I was missing one, so you can see. That was the stud. It's been painted on a little bit. I cleaned off the paint for the sealing surface. I cleaned off all the paint, so I don't have an issue with, whatever. Didn't seem to work out too well. I'm having trouble. I don't think this is cast iron, I think it's steel. And I just put a tack in there, and there's no drill bits here except for the ones that I have, and they're all dull as shit. I'm gonna take a break on this, try to figure out something else to do for now, because I'm out of ideas. And I got the manifold on there just periodically. That's the one that was busted. I found it in the box in the back there. Good thing I looked before putting this engine in, because that would have been a nightmare trying to do it in chassis. Found this in the box and I was like, what the hell is this? I started looking and I found the broken stud in there. I'm just glad that I looked at it now. The gasket is not on. I just wanted to mock this up for better, in case I have to drill it, make it a little more straight. There's like no drill bits here that were working. They were all dull. Took forever. I normally don't carry drill bits. I have very, very limited drill bit stuff because I don't really do any kind of, bolt extraction and stuff. And what is this? I just noticed that. Crap. I gotta put that in. Gotta find that somewhere. I cleaned it out. And I tapped it. And I want to get all the exhaust on. Try to get all these lines on using duct tape. See the glue separated, so don't ever use duct tape. Gotta wipe them down, but get all that glue residue off. That oil cooler, at least I can get that in. To slide it in, I'm gonna take the studs out. A couple O-rings that I had to put in. Put a little dab of super glue in there to keep them from falling out. Very small amount, just so the O-ring can still flex and everything. I gotta put liquid gasket on there. I wanna do a dry run a couple times, make sure I can get in there easily before I put the goop on there, because I don't want to smear goop all over everything and then mess up my gasket surface. Torquing down these guys, you gotta go 120 degrees, in between 120 and 150 degrees afterwards, 78 foot-pounds, or what is it, 50 something newtons or whatever. Don't got a special tool, improvise. Worked perfect. I was able to do that and the balancer. Hopefully I can clear this piece here. I got this little pull thing here to help me rotate the engine. It's just a strap. Yeah, kind of worked. Heard something pop. Got her in. Just got torque converter bolts and all this shit I gotta do. Every single hose is contaminated with oil. They're all soft and mushy. The only casualty was dipstick tube. It broke the end off. I don't even know where that goes yet. Radiator needs to be flushed out and put in. I still got to figure out how all this stuff goes together. Still waiting on the cam ends. There's cam end gaskets on both front and rear. I got all the wiring hooked up. I can't figure out where that bracket goes. I still don't have the thermostats yet. I do have the starter mounted, grounds mounted. I figured out the PCB system. I still got to mount that. Looks like this connector's busted a little. Hopefully that stays together. Fuel pump is all hooked up. Cleaned this out. It was full of oil. It's not supposed to be oil. It's supposed to be coolant. I got the turbo all situated. I have the alternator in. AC compressor is mounted. Downpipe is hooked up. All the bell housing bolts are in. I gotta jack this up so I can get my fat ass under there to put in the converter bolts. I got my plugs. Can't even see the back one, but the front one is in. I want to start this today. Hopefully I can get it done. Got the belts on. I figured out the bracket. It was a little difficult, but actually goes right here. I was missing the bolts, so I had to find a used bolt somewhere. I got all the belts on. They're all tight. I'm gonna jack this up, support it, and get those torque converter bolts in, and I'm literally done. As far as being able to crank it over, I just need to put an oil filter on it. Oil. AC definitely don't work. Alright, this thing's, let's test this guy out. 5 ton. 5 ton. I don't know how heavy this thing is. It's an NPR, but let me turn my light on. Alright, so it's on there. Turn it all the way on. Oh shit. Lifted very easy. Awesome. Pretty good. Hell yeah. Hey, they're all torqued. All of them. Just noticed that's missing. So I gotta get that. Gotta get the oil filter. And I just noticed this. I don't know what this is. I think this is a fuel filter or something. But this wire is busted. And I can't. Been busted for some time. That's an old brake. I don't even know what this thing is. Some kind of fuel sensor. I'm not sure. I just gotta put the cover on that. And then I am completely done underneath. Except for that and that. Found the drain plug, torqued it to 83 Newton meters as per spec. Got the cover on, everything's torqued. I am done except for that damn thing. Here we go, it's all together except for the radiator hoses and all that stuff. That's going to be at a later time. I'm not going to be running any coolant through this because I got to flush the radiator and the heater core. I got 6 quarts of oil and I'm waiting for the oil filter, and that's it. I'm going to disconnect the fuel pump, and I think I might tie into the oil pressure switch. I might tie into the oil pressure switch just to make sure that getting oil pressure. I'll hook up and put a voltmeter or something in there. I want to crank it for a while before I attempt to start it. I want to build up the oil pressure. Filter's in. I'm tapped in to the oil pressure switch. However, I got no power. If I go here to the starter, right? Turn this off to make it a little easier. If I go to the starter, I do have power there. But I got nothing there. nothing there. The cab is completely dead, and if I go to the back of the alternator, which is all the way on the other side, you're gonna have to trust me. I have no power there, and trace the wires. They go all the way up here, up, and then back into here. And where is it? Okay, see how it's like pretty crappy. You got 2 green wires, they're probably fusible links, and I don't have any power on the other side of them. Did do the hokey pokey, and I will fix them later, but got nothing. I got nothing, so I gotta cut this open. Am I even freaking filming this? I gotta cut this open, take a look inside. I probably could get away with just taking this off, cleaning it up, and maybe the problem will go away. I don't know. But if I poke here, whoops, I don't want to poke, rip a hole, I want to poke a hole. I do have power there, but not on the other side, so the problem is somewhere in here. Instead of cutting this off, I think I am going to take this off because it's just looks like crap anyway. I'm going to take this off, clean it up, and that way I can pull the sheathing off without damaging it. There it is. These are fusible links. I don't believe I have any fusible links. Not exactly sure I know what I'm going to do about this right now. I don't want to do a temporary repair because I know it might become a permanent one. I don't really have any control over that. Right there, you see the green crusties. Well, there's my repair. It's my temporary permanent repair. Yes. But that's what I'm going with for now. You can fix it whenever. As soon as I hooked it up, a bunch of stuff on the cab started making noises and stuff, and now I got power here on both sides. Got power at the alternator too, so everything is good. Okay, hopefully I get something out of it. I have the fuel pump disconnected. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but let's just try.